Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song She Knows Me Too Well by the Beach Boys. This is part of my ongoing series where I'm listening to songs that come from albums that are on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. The way the series works is I'll do videos for two, maybe three songs from each album, and then I'll go and listen to the rest of the album on my own at some point, and I'll probably come back and tell you how I felt about it. I say at some point because I actually have not done that last part yet. I've done 2-3 songs from each of these albums so far, and just haven't gone back and listened to the rest of them yet. I'm a pretty busy guy, so at some point I will, though. I for sure promise. That was the whole goal of the series, was to listen to more albums, because I usually just hear songs here and there. Anyway, as far as the Beach Boys are concerned, this song comes off of number 466 on the list, which is The Beach Boys Today, which was released by Capitol in 1965. As far as the Beach Boys goes, I've been a handful of songs from them, right? I would say some of their huge, like worldwide hits, like Wouldn't It Be Nice? What else am I thinking of? That's like the first one that comes to mind. But I know it's not the only Beach Boys song. I know Surfin' USA. Some of those songs that I think were so huge and have been used in movies, TV shows. I mean, whatever you can think of, right? Weirdly enough, I don't think I've heard anything from this particular album. When I was looking through the album list to see which songs I wanted to do for this series, I didn't recognize any of them. So I'm hoping for some good music. I generally like some of the Beach Boys stuff that I've heard. So anyway, about the album, Rolling Stone says, "I only tried surfing once and the board almost hit me in the head," Brian Wilson told Rolling Stone in 1999. But Wilson turned his fantasies into a California dream world of fast cars and cool waves, a world that might even have room for a scared misfit like him. Yet, even in this early phase, Wilson was writing yearningly complex tunes. She Knows Me So Well, which is the one reviewing today, feels like Greek tragedy translated into doo-wop harmonies and surf guitars. So, with all that said, everything that I've mentioned so far, let's jump right in. The Beach Boys, She Knows Me Too Well. Here we go. Fine. That's one of the things about this series, and one reason why I think it's so interesting that we're kind of going through this series the way we are. This song, obviously feels dated in the sense that like it is a product of its time, right? This like sort of Beach Boys surfing, doo-wop vibe comes from a certain era. And very much because of the way it's been used in movies and TV shows and what have you, really conjures up images of like a certain type of Americana, you know? Um, but with that said, it's a good song. And like it's one of those that is, you can enjoy it at any time. It's timeless, essentially. Even though it's a product of its time, it still has things that are enjoyable now in 2023, right? So I enjoyed the song. I definitely, I'll talk about a little bit more here in a bit, but I don't know if I listen to this kind of song all the time just because it does have that sort of dated feel of a bygone time that I was not part of. So anyway, let's break the song down like we always do, of course, starting with the lyrics. So let's see. She knows me, she knows me. Sometimes I have a weird way of showing my love, and I always expect her to know what I'm thinking of. She knows me, I treat her so mean, I don't deserve what I have, and I think that she'll forget just by making her laugh, but she knows me. So definitely, about a relationship, but in the sense that this woman knows him way better than I think he even knows himself. And so when you see, like, I treat her so mean, I don't deserve what I have, and I think that she'll forget just by making her laugh, but she knows me. So it's like I'm mean to her, and in my mind, I don't necessarily mean to do that. And I try to sort of get that forgiveness by being funny, but she knows me so well that she knows I'm going to do it again. That's kind of how I read this part. Knows me so well that she can tell I really love her. I get so jealous of the other guy, and then I'm not happy till I make her break down and cry. When I look at other girls, it must kill her inside. But it'd be another story if she looked at the guys. But she knows me, which is interesting too, because it's like I look at other girls, and it's like I know it would kill her inside if she saw me doing that. But when I look at other girls, it must kill her inside. So it's not saying like if she knew I looked at other girls, it would kill her inside. It's I look at other girls and she knows it, and it kills her inside, and I know it kills her inside. But it'd be another story if she looked at the guys, but she knows me. So it's like I'm allowed to look at girls. You're not allowed to look at guys, though. It's like almost a double standard. Knows me so well that she can tell I really love her. She knows me, she knows me. When I look at other girls, it must kill her inside. But it'd be another story if she looked at the guys, because she knows me. Knows me so well that she can tell I really love her. This doesn't, to me, read like a love song. It definitely has that sort of sad feeling to it. But it's interesting because I think that the male protagonist, I guess, the male subject of this song, doesn't really sound like a good boyfriend, right? Has a weird way of showing love. And I always sort of expect her to know what I'm thinking of. And so I expect her to see the best of me when I don't always necessarily bring that out, right? I treat her so mean, and I straight up don't deserve what I have. I look at other women and I know it kills her inside, but don't she dare ever look at other men, right? So I think it's interesting because it's hard to again transport yourself into 1960s America and try to put yourself into what Brian Wilson or whoever wrote the song was thinking at the time, um, because it's like there's clearly a double standard here, and I feel like they're sort of acknowledging it and understanding that like they don't truly deserve what they have, and so it's like it's almost self-depreciating. Like I know I'm kind of a piece of shit and I don't deserve this woman, yet she knows that I love her very much, and that's one reason why I do that. It's almost a very manipulative sounding relationship. So it's interesting, I think because of that, and again it's layered over this like doo-wop 1960s like almost bubblegum pop sound, that it's like it's a lot more sinister, I think, under the surface, and I kind of dig that. So lyrically, I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. Be really interested to see what Brian Wilson and the writers and producers said about this particular song, because I feel like again they sort of acknowledging that they don't deserve this woman, and that it's like I know I'm a piece of shit, or is there something more to it? I'm not too sure. So anyway, as far as the instrumentation and vocals go, really enjoyed of course the vocal style. I like the harmonizing and again that doo-wop sound. It works for me, even though again it is a bit dated, but it is still lovely to listen to, I think, a lot of times. And then on top of that, the instrumentation I thought was fine. Kind of had a little bit of that surfer vibe. Some really nice guitar work throughout. But again, had that layer of like sadness. I think the way they played the instruments really conveyed some of the emotion that was being put forth in the vocals and the lyrics as well. So instrumentally, honestly, I give it 2 big thumbs up. As far as replay value goes, again, it's a little dated. It's from a time that I really have no connection with, other than media. And so it's like I enjoy that sound every so often, and it's one that conjures up strong, I think, feelings of almost nostalgia for a time I wasn't part of. But I just to me it doesn't do anything for me, I guess, now in the modern day, or doesn't do as much as I think a more modern song would. With that said, it's probably going to make the playlist, and I might listen to it every so often. There are a lot of elements I really enjoyed. It's just one of those that's kind of in a weird spot because of just how old it is and the style of music that it is. So yeah, replay value, I'll give it a thumb up. Overall, a fantastic song, and another great entry, I think, in this series. Really enjoying this series because it makes me listen to music I probably wouldn't otherwise. I think the only reason I've heard other Beach Boys songs is because, honestly, older people have introduced them to me. But it's good to kind of hear a side of the Beach Boys or songs from the Beach Boys that I haven't really heard before. So for that, at least, I'm enjoying this series. Anyway, if you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists, go listen to their music wherever you can. Not sure if any of the Beach Boys are still alive today. If they are, I'm sure they appreciate your support. If you'd like to support the channel, just do all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment with your requests, because I'm always taking your requests. That's how I get the other half of all the music you see on my channel. And lastly, you can check the description to follow me on Twitch or TikTok. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.